All right, Jeff. So I will go to GeoGebra.org and I'll kind of walk through how to construct an app that will roll two dice. And we'll do a couple other things with them. And I'll show you where all of the commands are, where you can reference all of the commands. So I prefer to use what's called GeoGebra Classic. So I'm landing on the home page. You should probably create an account and you can log in with Google. I have my own sign in, so I use that. Then in the middle, down here is where I like to use GeoGebra Classic, right there in the middle. And so I wanted to create two six-sided dice. So I'm going to make that a little bit wider. And so I'll call this a D1 will be my first dice. And the command is random. Now, as soon as you start typing it in, it gives you a bunch of suggestions. Like, do you want these other ones? I just know them now, so I'll just type it in. You don't need to worry about capitalization. It will capitalize it for you when it's ready. And I want an integer from 1 to 6 for a six-sided die. And then I'll have D number 2 is another command, random between. And I could have gone up to the three dots and copied my input if I wanted to, but I did not. So I will go 1 to 6 there. And so there's my two dice. Now the question is how do I roll the dice? I mean, there's really no good way to roll them to re-randomize them. So it is possible to make a button. And let's try it this way. Button. Ooh. And my guess, I'm going to give it a caption name. So I'll go button. I'll go roll me. And see what happens. Did not like that, so I'm going to delete that. I will delete those. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. Well, it's not letting. I'm going to delete this instead. And I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this. We'll try that again. There is a tool that will make a button much quicker. I thought I'd try the other way, but I will go to button. Click in an empty space. The caption is roll me. And then in the GeoGebra script, it is update construction. And that is all I need to do for that. I'll click OK. And I'll put that tool away. Notice the tool is still active. I'll click over here on the left-hand side, and I will click on the arrow to put the tool away. And so now when I click on this button, you can see that my dice are randomized. And so I would like to have the sum or the total of the two dice. And so that's, of course, 11. And what I would like to do is I would like to take this sum and place it into another list to kind of keep a collection of all of my rolls. So I will call this all rolls, and I'm going to make it an empty list. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the button. So every time I click on the button, I want to send this total into that list. So I'm going to right click on the button. I'm going to go to the settings. And the settings now show up over here on the right-hand side. And this is where I can change the color of the button. So I can make that an orange button with the text. I can make the background color a darker blue. I want to go to scripting. And there's my update construction command. You'll notice there's an on click box, there's an on update box, and there's a global JavaScript. I never use global JavaScript, but on update, that's where I can have something change when something else is updated on the screen. This on click means something will happen only when I click on this object, and anything can be used as a button. So I could use points, circles, polygons, anything can be used. So my command for this is I want to set the value of the all rolls set. And what I want to do is I want to set it to be append all rolls. And I want to append the total to all rolls. So that is the command to take this 12 total and just plug it into all rolls. And so now when I click on this, it rolls the dice and it adds all those lists to it. Of course, there's a dot plot command. And so here's my dot plot. So you can see the results. Now, where are all of these commands listed? In the bottom left-hand corner, hopefully I won't hit it because it's right next to my record button. There's a little keyboard button. When I click on that keyboard button, in the upper right corner of the keyboard, there are these 3 horizontal dots. These are all of the commands. So there's geometry, algebra, text. You might be interested in the scripting commands. And if you'd like to see like what one of these does, so I wonder what, I don't know, I wonder what execute does. So let's go to the online help and see. The online help will take you to like the tutorial list, if you will. So these are where I can learn more about the commands and how they work. And you can literally just like copy and paste these commands and paste them into GeoGebra and run them and see what they do. So a little longer than I want to be because I messed up on the button right away. But let's talk more about this because I think there's a lot of things we can do. And I know this is kind of like in my wheelhouse. I know I failed right now on that sound app you wanted, a 3D sound app that you saw the molecules kind of expanding and contracting. But maybe I could start that again.